Hey Shay, how you doing? I am good and I hope you are too. Just a little tired. Yesterday, well, I broke down and made an appointment to go to the dentist. I needed to go, but I wasn't trying to have my mouth open, with everything going on. I still I'm kind of funny on that. But I needed to go. And there was no pain or anything. It was just getting up early, because I have insomnia. So yeah, that was it. So I hope you're doing good. What's been going on with you? And yes, basically I don't put titles or subjects. I just say open discussion. But I did want to kind of put a title to this live. Um, I've been kind of seeing and reading, and then from life experiences, just all the betrayals that we go through, whether it be so called friends, family, circumstances, church members. I mean, just everybody. And so I've been seeing a lot of that lately, no matter where I go, even if I'm just talking to a friend, and they're sharing what they've been going through. And I mean, it's like for a lot of people, loyalty it just seems like it's a thing of the past with most people. And when you find somebody loyal and just supportive and not judgmental, hold on, hold on to them. But I think I'm going to start now. And forgive me if I have to repeat some things as more people come in, but I don't want to just keep repeating. So, because I'm only going to stay on for an hour or less, I think that's enough time for what I wanted to say. Oh, before I forget, did you watch that debate between 45 and Biden? It's like, I was told I was gonna watch it because I had it set to be recorded because I couldn't watch while it was actually going on. And I was told, get your popcorn, girl, get you a glass of wine or something, which I don't drink. But just in other words, just sit back and relax. I thought clowns were supposed to be in the circus, and this clown wasn't even funny. So yeah, it's it's sad. It was sad actually. And it was embarrassing. You know, not for me, but I think certain people embarrass themselves. And I just watched half of it before I came on live because it's a couple of hours. It's a couple of hours long. So I figure either later on today I'll watch the second half. Just in case somebody kind of want to talk about it. If somebody has a channel, then I can go to their channel and I'll be able to talk about it and contribute some things. So I don't. Okay, my. I just wanted to check my audio. Okay, let me just start with this. Let's see. I have been just seeing, like I said, I've been seeing so many things regarding betrayals, boyfriends betraying girlfriends and vice versa, pastors betraying the congregation, um, current and past, um, people betraying their children or other children. So I want to just kind of jump right in. Let's talk about the relationship betrayals. How spouses betray each other or boyfriend girlfriend betray each other. I've been seeing that a lot of people wanted to talk about the betrayal that pastors betray their congregation. A lot of the pastors have been they're married and they've been betraying their wives and they've been having sex with underage children or anybody. I've been seeing and hearing about certain stories where the pastor was arrested for these acts, and then pastor who, while they're giving their message, while they're giving their so-called sermon, they preach so much against they preach against homosexual activities, but yet a lot of them are having affairs. Hey, Big Simple, how you doing? What you say? We lit. I'm good. I'm good. I was just telling Shay that I'm a little tired only because I went to the dentist yesterday, and that's even if you're not in pain, that's it's tiresome. It's tiresome. And plus, I had to get up early, and I have insomnia, so I have to get up early. So I'm just a little tired. I'm not myself today. But I did want to talk about betrayals, and I was talking about there's different categories, but I was wanting to talk about that's the reason why a lot of people just don't want to go to church, even if it was not the pandemic. This was even before the pandemic. They kind of people are kind of soft with the pastors because of things that were set out. The betrayals, they have betrayed their spouses and they have betrayed the people in their congregation, as far as having affairs with other women, or if they're woman or other men, um, having sex with although they preach against homosexuality, they're having same-sex affairs, and they're also having relations with. They're betraying the children because they're having sex with underage children. Um, I mean, not to get graphic, but they have community peens, community vaginas. It's like you're supposed to say that for your spouse, for your loved one. It's not supposed to be shared. And the diseases you take, here your wife is, or here your husband is, thinking because you made those vows that, you're good. But you having this little secret, and you're bringing stuff home to your loved one. And to me, that's the ultimate betrayal against the children, against your spouse, against the congregation, because there was I'm thinking of one story in mind. Hey, wild boy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Um, there was one story where the guy had AIDS. He was HIV positive, and well, he didn't have a full blown, but he was HIV positive, and he knew, he had been diagnosed a few years prior, and he was going on social media. I mean, everybody, he was just having sex, knowing he was HIV, and then giving that person the HIV virus. Now, to me, that's the ultimate betrayal, because I don't know. I don't think he was married, but because a lot of people do that, whether you're married or not. The spouse don't know you positive. You're keeping that information from him or her. But in this case, he was just on any avenue that he could meet someone. He was having sex with them and care, did not care whether he was passing it along. Now, they did catch up with him, and to my knowledge, he's still in jail. But that's the reason why I bring that up is that's a warning to people, because a lot of people are on social media, and for that purpose, just to have sex with you. I mean in Facebook, I'm meaning talking about YouTube and anything else. Because let me tell you, you guys, and this goes for people with or without a channel, whether they're a content creator or not. But mainly, I'll talk about content creators. It is people who will come on your channel. Oh, thank you, Big Simple. Hold on, let me sneeze just a second and put on mute. Okay, thanks. There are people, when you have a channel, they come on and they think they slick. They start out, friendly and everything. And then the conversation turns where they start getting flirty. And I know this has happened to you, Big Simple. Matt, Wild Boy don't have a channel. He's a great supporter, but he's not a content creator, which I think, by the way, he would probably be a great one. But anyways, then it start turning flirty, like, and asking certain questions, and just, it is a lot of times it's not, they begin, and it's not so much what they say. You can kind of feel the energy even through typing. And then they get bolder and bolder and bolder to try to hook up with you. And I see that mostly on a lot of men channel, where the women come in, and they flirting big time. Hey Megan, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I hope you are too. Just a wee bit tired. Just a wee bit tired. Yeah. Had a rough day yesterday, so I didn't get my sleep, all my sleep. But anyways, thank you for asking. I hope you're doing good as well. But I was talking about, how people come in, and in your channel and try to start something romantic with you. Number one, most times, all the times I know, um, they don't even have a picture. Just like on dating sites, a lot of them don't have picture. They I don't know why they don't want you to know how they look. I don't know what that's all about. I got my speculations on what it's all about, but I don't know for sure. What they trying. With no picture. How do you even on the dating sites and how you gonna just fall for them? Well, a lot of people do, but that's crazy to think you trying to start something romantic with someone and you don't even show your picture. Number one, first thing I think of is, you catfishing. But that's another topic. Hey, Crystal Ball, how you doing? Yeah, we just talking about betrayals of all kinds, and I was giving this story how this guy was HIV positive and he didn't tell anybody and he was going into dating sites and social media, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, aka fake book. I refuse to go on that site, but that's me. That's another story. Megan said definitely got some of those people before. Yeah, exactly. I knew you would. I knew you would. Yeah, Megan, that is scary. And they try to draw you in. I even had someone and I ignored them. They kind of progress slowly, get more and more familiar. And they would give me cyber roses. What I'm gonna do with that? So I just ignored it. And then they said, "Did you get my gift?" What? What gift? Now is this no picture? Now, is that supposed to impress me? You give me cyber roses. I know when we talk to each other and we know each other, we'll put smiley faces, a heart, or roses or whatever. But you know where that come. You know that you've been dealing with that person, and so they've never even mentioned or gave any indication that that was, they coming from a romantic place, especially if somebody's have a birthday. You kind of do things, or they or on your live where um they, like I said, it might be their birthday or they might have been monetized. So there's a time and a place, but you kind of know that. But I'm talking about people who trying to start something with you as if I'm gonna meet up with them, and maybe they just like the fun doing that, but them not putting up a picture. They just want to, how catfish, how they operate. They want to just keep that conversation going. And I think sometimes it gives them a thrill to talk nasty or something. You know what I mean? And anytime somebody come on my channel and let me just tell you, the talking nasty, I'm a block you. Number one, I'm a block you. Oh, good. Everybody's speaking to each other. Great. Uh, Chris will say, Jesus, yes, people do that. I call it fake book too. Yep, it's fake book. Hey, Juju. Oh, Eurydice. Guess what movie came on the other night? And I watched it again. Black Orpheus. And when I thought about that, I thought about you. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's my buddy Juju." Hey, P and Q Grind, thank you for coming in. And everybody just snatch up people going, into their channel and see what they all about. So you guys can, surely help your channel in here if you like. Don't put up your link. don't self promote. I do that sometimes, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, getting back to the guy with HIV, he was just going wherever he could to get some sex. I mean, that to me, that's sad to be motivated by sex. That's the end deal. That's what you want, sex. I mean, that reminds me of me taking when I went to the vet to take my dog, because I asked the vet a question, like he wants to eat all the time. He's always hungry and I can't let him eat because he kill himself eating. He'll eat himself to death. So the vet told me some dogs are motivated, and you guys are getting the connection. Some dogs are motivated by eating. Some are motivated. They just like to be about people. They want you to pet them, and they're real, they just thrive on attention. So my littlest dog, he's motivated by food. And that's what I see. All the things I mentioned previous, the guy with HIV, the pastor who has betrayed his wife, the congregation, children, molesting children underage, well, children means underage. Um, they preach about homosexuality, but yet they've had same sex affairs. To me, you're, you are motivated by sex. You have a community peen or community virus, and you don't virus vagina. You have and you don't care who it is. You just motivated by sex. Just like my dog is motivated by just eating. Same difference. So I just wanted that's such a betrayal. Now, talking about underage children, I know once, let me tell you this other story where he actually didn't know. Okay, he met this person, and he wasn't that, he was in his 20s himself. It wasn't like he was old, but he met this person in a club where the men have to be 21 and older and the women could be 18 years and older. And I think sometimes they'll do that because, you know, a lot of times women mature faster. So I think that was you know, that was the deal with this nightclub. So anyway, he meets this girl, they hit it off and they talking, but by the end of the night, they having sex. Okay. Turns out the girl gets pregnant. Turns out, uh, I don't know how it happened, but it was found out that the girl was a minor. I think she was like 16, which wherever this was, whatever state this was, and I don't remember that was not the legal consenting 16, because you guys know some states are legal at 16. I think that's too young, but that's me. I really do. At 16, I don't think in any state, I think that's too young to get consent for sex. You don't even know which end is up, at 16. Sorry, you don't. Anyway, he was put in jail. He used a false ID to get into the club. She admitted it that she didn't want the guy to go to jail. She admitted She lied to him. She used a false ID. The club admitted. They looked, found the records and everything, and or the manager or bouncer, remember, I'm not sure the case. And they said, yeah, she had ID saying she was of age. The officials didn't care. All they know is she's a minor, she's pregnant, and now this person has to register being a sex offender. And certain jobs, a lot of jobs, I mean, most jobs, they're going to look at your record. I mean, I'm wondering, even if he was, employed already and kind of figured he would stay there, some jobs periodically, do a check on you, you know, even drug tests. They periodically do that. So if he's not in jail, he's still gonna have to do the same thing. And he was saying, I'm not a monster. She don't look 16. She looked like the age she told me. And she's in the club. So because they was checking everybody's ID, men and women. So see, it goes both ways as far as betrayal, as far as that. And you guys, make miss me with the crazy love. Just miss me with it all together. I'm not about that. Just I love you so much, and if I can't have you, nobody can have you. So I'm a kill you, and I'm a kill myself. So we can go together in the afterlife. Guys, don't even wish them rest in peace. Don't even say it, because when you murder somebody, I don't think you're gonna be rested in peace. But that's just my belief system. You know, stop telling people to rest in peace. They ain't, when they didn't kill somebody, and they kill themselves, ain't happening, ain't happening. Really, she said, "What a shame!" It is because he was betrayed by the system. I mean, what else was he? She had the fake ID, and nowadays, when you start getting fake documents like that, They look pretty authentic. Now, let me tell you a quick story is about that fake ID thing. This is, they didn't care. This club didn't care, and I was with my brothers and sisters, and everything was good. But I'm gonna tell you this really quick about the fake IDs. When I first came from Chicago, I was about 15 years old, and some people from Chicago was coming out and visit, and I didn't look 15 years. I looked younger. I looked at least about 12 or 13, maybe. Going into this club, it was about four of us, and I can't say ladies, I wasn't young lady. It The ID belonged to one of the ladies, which said she was 22. Hey, Holy One. Thank you, Holy One. I appreciate you. Um, so she got in the front of the line and showed the person her ID. The next person in line, she kind of passed her high ID to the next person so she can get in. We used that same ID, and I was the last one. We used that same ID, and so that club was about, but this particular club I was saying, where the guy you know, looked at the ID, and it must have been pretty good. But that, you know, a lot of places don't care. They just want to make the money. If you got a false ID, whatever. So anyway, let me go back to what I was saying about that crazy kind of love, that murder suicide stuff. Um, I remember another story, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about. And it was recent. This so-called pastor, he was uh, he was caught on tape at his wife's friend's house, I think, saying he was going to kill her because she left him because he was abusive. He, everything you don't want in a man. That was him. And when she left, and he kind of figured that all the places she would go, and so he was ranting and raving, and he admitted he was going to kill her. And if she didn't come home, so the friends say, well, okay, we got enough to at least get a restraining order. And, I'll talk about restraining orders another day because, when the person is there, what you're going to do, call 911. Okay, call 911 and see how quick they come. I'm not counting on it. But anyway, Big Simple said, right. Thank you, Holy One. I appreciate you mostly, host. Thank you. So anyway, I don't know the time frame, but she was at her job. She worked at a bank, and she's going into her. No, she came out to move her car for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but she wanted to move her car. On the way back, and people witnessed, she was going to her job inside the job, and her husband, a pastor, went behind her and shot her and killed her. Um, See, I don't need that crazy love. I don't need that kind of love where if I don't do what you say, I'm gonna beat you. If you don't dress the way I want you to dress, I'm gonna tell you what to wear, and I might beat you just for the thought of you putting them clothes on. I don't want you around your family or your friends because they seem to influence you, and I might beat you for that. And then when you get tired of the beatings and say, no, 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 ain't happening. Okay, because you leaving me. I don't care if I beat you. I don't care if I do all of those things. You're not leaving me. In other words, I'm gonna force you to take my abuse. Because if you leave, I'm gonna kill you. See, Ike and Tina, wild boy, Ike and Tina. But I think she had went through so much at the end. If the story that we saw is true, the what love got to do with it, I'm not sure, but I think they said she was kind of like, going through the movie to see and make sure it was accurate. And that kind of final scene where she said, "Well, do it." He pulled the gun up, "Well, do it," because she was just sick of it. That's all you got. When he was beating her in the back of the limo, said, "That's all you got." So, she got sick of it. So, I guess some people would figure, rather than be with you and be abused, I'd rather not be here. Well, you know what, guys, I kind of go different with that. I kind of go different with that. Of course, you're not gonna hit me because there's gonna be mutual combat. And plus, I would advise anybody who's in a situation, um, make your, escape plan. And I've talked about that before. Plan your escape. Don't just say, I'm leaving you. No, if you're married to somebody crazy, those might be the last words you say. Um, and I've told of my experiences. I've been very transparent on things that happened to me. And let me tell you, I made the mistake by saying something, and then I had to backpedal and say, well, I was just kidding. And just kind of, make that person feel confident that I was staying. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to plan my escape, which I did. Um, so like I said, that crazy love, somebody that tell you I can't live without you. Well, you know what? You're gonna see that you really can, because I'm gone. I wouldn't say that to their face, but that is not love. That is not love. And then let's think about how we betray, not us, but how people betray the children. They're just like collateral damage. They see all this craziness. They see you in relationships, or a relationship where you being beaten, talked to. You betraying your kids. Get them out of that situation, because whatever they see, there's a good chance that it's gonna be a repeat. They see mama come in and giving all her money to the man. If she don't, she get beat. That impression is gonna be with them. So you didn't mess your kids up when you showing them all that. You didn't mess them up, because I've said before, and you guys have heard this. If the mama is good and the daddy is good, and you setting them with a good example, pretty much, he is gonna be good as far as being in that environment. Okay, Crystal, thank you for coming in. Some people think the toxic love cute until they start getting hit up. Exactly, it ain't cute at all. It's not cute at all. Oh, he don't love me unless he hit me. Girl, go see somebody about that. Or something wrong with you. Or guy, talk to the guys too. The kids will grow up thinking that's the way it is. If they see no love in the relationship and only violence, that's what they think it's supposed to be. So, I'm just saying, if you're in that kind of toxic relationship, and then you get into another relationship and it's the same thing, why you going into the same thing time and time after, just the same kind of relationship? Don't keep going into the same thing. Sometimes you're going to have to separate yourself from that and be single for a long time. Or it may be you just meant to be single because you picking the same people. You got to evaluate why you picking them same idiots. But on the flip side, and I'm talking going back to the person who get up in the pulpit. I'm gonna be all around, all over the place, guys, because I keep getting thoughts. And I didn't want to just type something out, whatever. But so my thoughts might be back and forth, but it's still betrayal. If you like the same sex, be honest about that. If you go both ways, be honest with that. Let your partner know what you are, instead of guessing. And of course, if you got something that penicillin won't cure, and if it do a cure, if you got something, be honest. Don't keep that person in the dark where they don't even know they HIV positive. They don't even know. So, they ain't going to the doctor. And shoot, by the time you start getting symptoms, it may be too late. Crystal, I'm talking about the situation. Oh, I thought you was leaving. Oh, what I was saying to that person, I'm out. I know. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you had to go. Wild boy says I left the woman because alone because she told me I don't love her because I don't fight with her. Crazy. That's very crazy. See, because a lot of guys, a lot of women, they like to hit. I don't think they too much like to receive it, but they like to hit. And it's like, what if you hit them in the wrong place with a certain amount of force? Some people like to be strangled while they're having sex. Nah, that ain't the like we used to say back in the day. If that ain't a blip, you want to be. They said a sense of euphoria or something. That is sick as sick. I'm sorry. I got to call it the way that is sick. I don't. You ain't choking me. Mm-mm. That's why I say, you got to be honest of who you are. If you like that kind of thing, share that before you start doing it. Get that person the option. No, no, thank you, bye. Brian says, Marilyn, I sent you a message. Not feeling well. Gonna try and rest for tomorrow. Okay, okay, all right. I will see you tomorrow, and congratulations. Um, okay. Did you do it, IG? I'll after my live, I'll check it. So you feel better and get you some rest. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And I'll see you next time. Crystal said that's kinky stuff. Choke me, baby. Yeah, you don't get to do that. What's that actor? Carradine. They think that's how they speculate. Some people say it was not that, it was actual murder, and they're covering it up. But what's that? David Carradine? That's what they said. That's what they said. He died. He died of asphyxiation by having sex. He liked to be choked and it went too far. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what they say. Hold on just a second, guys. I got a call. But guys, I just wanted to bring this to you guys, the betrayals, which is comes in different forms. Um, I mean, there's many more examples of betrayal. Um, this may not fall under betrayal the way, from the examples that I've been given, but this one particular thing happened to me and I took it as a betrayal. Okay. You guys, I think I have mentioned a few different times that, when before this pandemic, I loved to go to karaoke. Well, this, that's where I met a lot of people. Uh, we would all cheer each other on. And to me, that's all it was all about, karaoke. Um, I was just reading the comments. Crystal was just telling Wild Boy, you know it is. That mess can go left real fast. Left, right, around, and upside down. They sure can. Flipped in, flipped out. But anyway, just like here on YouTube, everybody know by now that's come to my channel. I love being single. And I'm not about trying to get in a relationship. I'm at my best when I'm single. Okay. Y'all know that. I've been saying it like forever. Made videos about it. So, and this has not been a recent thing. I just decided I love being single. Um, when I would go to karaoke, because and I've had to let certain people know I'm not looking for a man. I'm not looking for a woman, you know. Yes, fine is okay. I get it. I'm married, so I know that's right. Um, so anyway, people knew. People knew. Some people I had to tell a few times, but people knew. I like being single. So I met this one person. She was cool, I thought. Really, I mean, she was funny. She was funny. I kind of, this is me, guys. I kind of got a little leery, but I didn't want to be judgmental. But I kind of backed off, cause what she did for a living, you know them numbers you call them psychic people, you know, dollar per minute. No, she told me all that. Dollar per minute, and I'll tell you what's good for you. Okay, let me say this, and people may not agree, but this is me. When I want to know what's going to happen or I want some insight on something, I'm not calling no psychic number. I'm calling Jesus, like, hey, and if those of you don't believe, I do in my channel. So I kind of backed off then. So after the karaoke, we were all going to go a certain place. So we were, it was about six of us. And it was about 10 minutes away where we were going. And so I sat down at the table and she wanted to sit right next to me. And guys, it may not mean anything to you, but when people live the way they life the way you want to, but I didn't told you. Number one, I'm heterosexual, you know. I'm not judging you guys. That's between you and the Lord, but I'm heterosexual. And right now, I'm not into nobody because I love being single. So you know that. But if we sitting and the chairs are close because of the number of people that are showing up, so we close. Don't you put your arm around the back of my chair like we a doggone couple. Don't you do that. And people kind of, know where you stand, but I'm not knowing. I'm oblivious to certain things because see, I hadn't been knowing you that well. I didn't know you rock and roll both ways, you know, back and forth. I didn't know that. But don't you put, so that made me leery. So I scooted my chair as much as I could because you're not going to do that. You know my preference. And if a man do that to me, you know I don't want it even to appear like we together because we not. I'm just reading some of the notes. What you say, Crystal? I'm with you on Jesus. Yeah, I ain't calling no psychic hotline. And so anyway, some of the people knew, where she worked, and I found out, but she had been telling me that because of her line of work, one of the guys that went to karaoke with us, he had told the girl, "You're going to hell." I mean, he didn't even pick his words or try to make it politically correct, and he just told her, "Girl, you're going to hell." And so then when certain things started happening to me, and I found out that she worked for this hotline deal, and then she tried to get all close and chummy chummy with me. Then she invites me, to the psychic hotline convention. It's like she said, "Yeah, cause see, I like the way you dress. You be looking sharp all the time. Sharp. That's what we used to do back, say back in Chicago. Don't know whether they use it now, but a lot of us from Chicago, we or Midwest, we still use that. But she tried to, I found out later, but she tried to make it look like, hey, I'm not with anybody right now, but, be my guest. I wasn't going. I said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I, that's just not my belief system, and guys, I don't do that. And you're going to surround me with the whole industry, a convention from the psychic hotline. No, thanks. Miss me on that one. But I found out through the course of not necessarily in a particular order, but I found out that she wanted me to be her date. Not this is my friend. Okay, if I got something I don't want to go by myself. I found out that she wanted my date, going to be a date. But things happened before all of that. Let me just throw a few things in. We went to one place, we were eating and everything, and on the other side there was dancing. And guys, just like certain places, you might go on a cruise, you might go to Vegas, certain places, people just don't care. You can get up there and dance by yourself, which I prefer when I did, dance to us. Um, when I, dance to music. Well, what else you gonna dance to? But I always preferred dancing by myself if I was gonna dance. Number one, I think I can dance. I always thought I was a good dancer, and I don't want to dance with nobody because you be messing up my groove. That's actually how I thought. So, in order for you not to mess up my groove, I like to dance by myself because you're gonna throw me off. So, anyways, I look over the same night that she put her arm around my chair, and she's dancing with this woman. Guys, if they wasn't all up on each other, my eyes bucked out like, what the what? And then it's like, she trying to, no, no. Because I've seen ladies dance together, and sometimes, it wouldn't be the way I would dance with anybody, man or woman. And I said, okay, Marilyn, stop judging. Just don't get up there with them, stop judging. Dancing by yourself looks sexy to others. I found that out, Crystal. Oh, I know you're right. But my reason, I wasn't trying to be sexy. I was trying to, you know, hold on to my beat. It's like, some people dance to the drummer. It's like, okay, I don't dance to the drums. You know, I try to keep up, whether it's other people's style or not. I try to listen to the bass. and I try to keep that beat, but everybody different. But anyway, um, just certain things start happening. And she was telling people I was her best friend, I was her good friend, and everything. And before she started any of this, monkey business, what we used to say back in the day. Before she started that, I said, okay, for a short while, I said, oh, she cool, like I said, she was funny as I don't know what. So hanging out with her at first was a lot of fun because she had you cracking up, guys. But as things progressed, I started to feel um betrayed because see now you trying to bring me into a world that I don't fit and I don't want to fit. And those of you who like that world, God bless you. It's not me. And I'm not going to act a certain way so act like I'm part of the group when I'm not part of the group. Not part of the group. Crystal said I used to be scared to dance by myself. People start coming asking me, can I dance with you? And I would politely tell them, oh no, thanks. And I would tell them you would mess up my cha-cha. I would tell them in a nice way, oh no, we both start laughing. And yeah, and to take it a little bit further, Crystal, I wouldn't let no one buy me a glass of wine because, or drink when I did drink. Because then you think you got carte blanche to me. Okay, I done bought you a drink. I'm sitting next to you. I'm going, I done bought you a drink, so something going to happen, even if it's just getting your telephone number. And then and I'm not talking bad about guys, but I'm just saying my experience. I have experienced, and I had to, yeah, don't mess up my cha cha. But guys, then they want to rub on your back. Y'all ladies know what I'm talking about. And guys, you too, they want to rub on your back like I'm at this massage parlor and you're gonna give me a quick massage. No, get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. Because one time I was standing and I wanted to get a glass of wine, so the waitress was stand too long, and so I thought I'd go to the bar and get me a glass of wine. And so this guy that had been bothering us ladies for the whole evening, he saw me up there, me and a friend of mine, and oh, I'm gonna buy you a drink. I said, no, I can buy my own drinks. And he looked and he walked away. So it was a couple next to us. And so the guy, I think that was her husband, the guy was telling the lady, oh, I wonder why she did that. And the lady told him, no, no, you go out, you don't accept no drinks unless unless there's someone that you think you might date, which was not the case. He said, for the most part, the ladies go out, you don't let no man, because they know, the women know that you want something for that drink. It's not free. It's not free. And her boyfriend, husband, whoever said, oh, okay. He said, that's smart. And the lady said, yeah, it is, especially if you don't want to be bothered. So when I went out, you know, if you sent a drink over, I'll take it, maybe. But then I will send a drink back to you. What are you drinking? Give him that. Now we even. Don't bother me no more. Thank you for the drink. You're not coming sitting next to me. You're not gonna put your arm around me. You're not gonna rub and massage my back like we ain't that familiar. We never gonna get that familiar. But when somebody try to put up a facade and want me to think one thing about them, and your goal is to hook up with me, and we know what that means. Hook up with me, the ultimate goal, like my dog with his with food. That's the agenda. I want food, and the agenda is he wants sex. Bottom line, no candy coating it. He wants sex. Crystal said, yes, I learned that don't buy me nothing. Don't buy me nothing. You know, I figure if at that time and even now, if I need something, if I can't buy myself, I evidently, if I want something, let me change that. If I want something and for whatever reason I can't get that, I don't need it. And I forget what this one person said to me, and I don't even remember the circumstances. You know, it may have been on the lines of you thinking you this or that, like you can't, can nobody buy you nothing, you probably broke as I don't know what you need, something like, you want that drink. And I had to, and it wasn't polite, I had to tell him if I wanted to, and this is when I cussed, if I wanted to, I could buy you and every mofo in this place a drink. Now buy. So I don't even know, guys. I don't even know why anybody would even step to me like that, because I give off the energy when I go places, and I know where I'm at, and it is, this doesn't go for every place, but certain places, what's what. I don't know how they step to me because I'll give off the energy, leave me alone. I'm unapproachable. That's to protect me. Don't you bother me. Whether I'm in the mood or not, I'm not in the mood for no bull. Elegance gross. You are right about that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you come in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Welcome. And I'm just talking about different betrayals. But betrayals come in a lot of forms. I feel betrayed when people lie to me. I feel a form of betrayal, because that's like telling me I don't trust you with the truth. And some people you can't trust with the truth. But these are people I'm talking about. We've been knowing each other for a long time. And I'm even talking about relatives that lie like a rug, like a dog, like something. Because they're a liar, they think everybody else is a liar. And don't put me in that category. I may forget some things. I may have forgot some things I've said. Because throughout our life, we talk a lot, and especially on YouTube. But lie, nah, I don't like a liar. But a lot of liars think everybody else, is like, but see, that's a betrayal to me. Because you saying, you calling me a lie, and you know better. So yeah, Wild Boy says, me too. I hate people that lie about dumb ish. That's right. Don't even make no sense. Let me tell you a quick story, then I'm gonna end this live. This person always borrowing money. And At that point, I was so sick of it because I knew they were lying about circumstances. I found out later. So for me, you borrowing, me giving, because I know wasn't getting paid back. That's dead. My purse is closed to you. This person came up with such an outlandish lie, told me that their child's uh their child's husband was caught cheating and she put him out. Everybody know you don't put nobody out the day before rent is due, and you know that. Hey, honey Tina, welcome to the live. Thank you for coming. I hope you're doing good. But anyway, she called me up with that lie and said, I'm gonna need. And it seemed like every time she wanted to borrow, the magic number was $400. Her car payment was $400. She needed $400 for this. It was the magic number, $400. And that was getting old. Like, don't you know another figure? Every bill you got, everything you have to do ain't $400. But that was the magic number, $400. So anyway, she said she put them out, and now she needed $400 to help pay her daughter's, husband his portion. Because the husband lived together, and then her daughter, of course, they would live together, and then her other daughter, they all lived in the same house, so they split the rent. And she gave me all this, lie and everything, so she can get the $400. So I said, what that, she can't, number one, you don't tell your husband to leave the day before rent is due. And then it's like, I am not Bank of America. Every time I turn around, I can't even budget my money because I got to put in the budget the $400 that you always want to borrow. And then I found out that little story. See, I had known a little bit about the circumstances before then, so I knew she was lying. And that, you guys, was a betrayal to make up some bogus story to get money out of me because you know that my purse is closed to you. Coleman, thank you for coming in. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're doing great. So there's so many types of betrayal, and it can come in so many forms that, like I said, lying to me because you don't trust me with the truth. You don't trust me enough to say, look, I always I always borrow $400 for you for whatever reason. Tell the truth about it because that seems to be a good figure. But don't make up no lies to get what you want. And then tell me, I'm not really sure when I can pay you back. But I can do this, I can do that. You know, Maybe I can give you $10 a month. Oh, that's good, Coleman. I am doing great. Thank you. But guys, I mean, we can talk all day on the betrayals. You could, I bet most of you guys um, can sit me down and tell me a story or two or three. But I just wanted to bring that out. And also, before I go, guys, I wanted to tell you what I'm doing now. Like I said before, I have been very transparent about myself on my channel. I started out my first video being transparent because it was something on my mind that was, had been with me for a while, and I just needed an avenue just to voice it, just to get it out. And when I told that truth, it 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 was a freedom in it. I felt the release of old wounds. You know what I'm saying? So I made a video about it, but I will tell you right now that in my description area, I have a P.O. box. And I was letting people know that if they had something pressing, something they have experienced, then they don't trust nobody to tell this to. You can send me something. You don't have to put your name on it, no return address or nothing. Send it to my PO box. And if you feel by me telling people of your story, if it gives you some release, do that. Because when things happen to you, sometimes you're embarrassed. People shame you over it. You don't want to hear that. You need someone to listen a lot of times. Just listen. So what I would do is I would go over your letter. And you'd be surprised of how many people would comment, oh my gosh, I'm going through the same thing. I experienced the same thing. When I was 15, that happened to me, and this happened to me, and whatever it is. So, that my P.O. boxes will be in all my lives or videos, or I'll try to make it for all that. Just tell what happened to you. See if it may or may not free you, but I think it will. I think in some kind of way it will even writing things down. Guys, some people journal so they can get it, whatever their feelings are off of them. So yeah. Crystal said, that's great for you to do that. Be anonymous. Be anonymous. I don't need to know who it is. All I know is a person who's hurting that need to get off of them. Get that particular circumstance, experience. Just, you know. And like I said, people journal. But if you send that to me, I'll read it. You can come and you can tell me whether you want the comments on or not. I'll not allow any comments because you don't want to hear it. You just want to vent. Then that's what I'll do. So anyway, guys, I have been on an hour, over an hour. Thank you guys for coming. Um, Remember, you can, write a letter to me, and uh, it probably would be a good idea. It's up to you, but it probably would be a good idea not to name the person's name, because then a lot of people would be able to trace it back to you. So, but that's on you. That's your decision. But I do thank you guys for coming in, and I'm going to end this live. Thank everybody for coming in. Crystal says, you all have a great night. Holy One says, you are so special, host. Thank you, Holy One. Thank you, Crystal, for everybody for coming. Wild Boy, Coleman. Wild Boy's always sending peace to everyone. I'm telling you, when you have peace and joy, hey, those are gifts. So thank you, Wild Boy. And if I didn't mention your name, I would have to scroll all the way up. So I'm so pleased with you guys coming in, and I do appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, and have a great night, guys, and be blessed.